Welcome back. So today, pretty uneventful day. Well, I mean, we did have a little movement. We went to the downside and then we came right back up, and you can see Bitcoin is right around 1037, right back up to 104. So overall, non-eventful day. But I thought in this video, let's try something different. Let's try something fun. Let's ask ChatGPT where it thinks Bitcoin is going to go in the next 24 hours and what Bitcoin is going to do over this weekend. And plus, let's have some fun. Let's have ChatGPT also do some analysis over a few popular altcoins and let it determine what or which ones are the best buys right now. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see. Oops. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. All right, so I'm on ChatGPT, the latest model 03. This is supposed to be the best. Okay. So I'm asking ChatGPT, apply the top 10 trading indicators to Bitcoin and tell me what you think is going to happen within the next 24 hours. And what about this weekend? All right, so I have done something like this before. It's pretty darn good. It goes through and applies everything. It'll show you which indicators, and then it'll show you if it's bearish, neutral, bullish on every single one. Then it puts it all together. It gives you an estimate on where it thinks it's going to go, and so forth. So let's see. I haven't done this for a few days. Let's see what it thinks is going to happen tomorrow. Right now it's Thursday. Let's see what's going to happen on Friday. And what about this weekend? It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. All right, here we go. All right, so the top or the big 10 indicators. You got the 50 and 100-day moving averages, the 200-day moving average, the 20-day EMA, the MACD daily, RSI, stochastic, Bollinger Bands. I don't even know how to say that. Moku Cloud, ADX volume, right? So you got these levels that matter through Monday. You got the immediate resistance, psychological target, near-term support, deeper support. So obviously the immediate resistance is that 105 mark. So it recognizes that right here. The psychological target is that very top 110. It recognizes that. The near-term support is that 100, 101, right? We know that. That's the bottom support. And if we break through that, the lower support is 95, 97K. And it also talks about that is the 20-day EMA and also the 38% Fibonacci level. Right, so it looks through all this, okay, and then what does it think? Next 24 hours, bias, slightly bullish, indicators lean green, and bulls have defended 102, okay, a close above 104.5 would tee up a test of 105K, plus range, I'm watching 103.5. Okay. Risk flags, falling volume, RSI creeping towards 70. US options expiration can inject intraday volatility. So that's tomorrow. Weekend. If Friday settles above 104, thin weekend liquidity can often exaggerate moves. A quick spike towards 107, 110 is plausible. Conversely, a daily close below 101 shifts momentum to a neutral bearish and favors a downward drift towards mid-90s. I give the bullish continuation about a 60% probability provided 100K never breaks on a closing basis. So, it sounds like ChatGPT is more bullish than bearish, okay? And it does seem like if we can break above and settle above 104 by Friday, then this weekend, it thinks that we can definitely move towards that 107 to 110 mark. That's what it thinks. So these are the 10 big indicators. I have seen it use other indicators. Let's dig deeper. Let's ask it. How about using some different indicators to measure Bitcoin? Maybe signals and patterns that Wall Street would look at and use. Apply them to Bitcoin and tell me again what you think is going to happen in the next 24 hours and over this weekend. All right, let's see if things are going to change. It's going to use different, I think it's going to be using different indicators, different signals and patterns. But right now, ChatGPT is more bullish than neutral and bearish. It does want us to close above that 104 tomorrow. It looks like it's searching through. It's looking at the call options. It's looking at the futures and the options for tomorrow. It's pricing all that in. All right. It's doing, a person doing all this research would probably take 10 times as long. That's the beauty of ChatGPT. But it's not perfect. I have seen it make many mistakes in the past. It uses old data. Sometimes it just finds random things that doesn't exist. So it's not perfect. Okay, 10 institutional style signals. What did it find? CME front month future basis, perpetual swap funding rates, 25 delta risk reversal skew, put call position, 30-day ATM implied volume, CBOE, BVIN, correlation to NASDAQ 100, DXY macro overlay, exchange net flows, on-chain NBRV. These are good ones. These are very good ones. I've covered some of them, like funding rate, DXY, correlation to NASDAQ 100. But some of these I've never even seen before. Okay. So applying these new institutional style signals, next 24 hours, range up bias 60%. Basis and funding green, volume pushed to 104.5. 105 is plausible. Okay, so again, tomorrow it thinks that it's going to be good. Although tomorrow, again, it tells you to watch out for the options expiration. That's going to happen. That's around, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then there's economic data. Although if we close below 100K, then it invalidates things. And then it talks about weekend, liquidity thin. If Friday settles above 104, again, it thinks. So it thinks this weekend is going to be good. It thinks, again, if we can close above 104 tomorrow, then this weekend we will probably go to 107, 109, heading to all-time high this weekend. That's what ChatGPT thinks. That's using 20 different indicators. The only thing it says is if we close below 100K or below 101 tomorrow, then it invalidates and we can go back to the mid-90s. So tomorrow will be a big day. Do we close above 104 or do we close below 100? That's what it's looking like, right? So quite interesting. All right, last thing, just for fun, let's ask ChatGPT about a couple alts. Okay. Analyze ETH, SOL, XRP, SUI.
What do you think about
AVAX.
Ripple? Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larsen.
BNB. And apply the same signals you just used on Bitcoin and determine which one is the best. Oops. All right, going back. Analyze ETH, SOL, XRP, SUI, AVAX, BNB, and apply the same signals you used on Bitcoin and determine which one is the best buy for this weekend. I know this is very short term. Okay, again, this is just for fun. I always preach long-term holding, DCA, but you know, want to see, trying to do something different. Let's see how accurate things are with ChatGPT, how good it is, right? It's applying everything that it knows about trading, right? And it's applying everything and it's giving an educated guess, the best educated guess it can about where things are going to go. It even gives a percentage, but it's never 100%. It doesn't give 100% and also gives a reason why it could be invalidated, right? So this is basically how all traders are. All right, so I'm looking at, and you know, short term could always be invalidated for other reasons too. It even says, you know, the options expiration could bring volatility. It mentioned about there's some economic data that's coming out that could bring volatility, so they can offset things. So, you know, it even recognizes that you can't just rely solely on signals and indicators. This might take a while because I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crypto in there. Okay, it looks like it gone through everything. So that's ETH, SOL, XRP, SUI, AVAX, BNB. So it has all these listed there. So quick synthesis, funding and basis. Negative rates on SUI and XRP means the market is net short hedged. Okay, institutional flows. CoinShares reports SUI attracting the largest non-Bitcoin inflow last week, while SOL actually leaked capital. Option desk clues. Only ETH has deep listed options. On-chain temperature. ETH's 32% 30-day MVRV screams over-owned. The others sit neutral. Liquidity watch. Weekends are thin. Coins with tight floats and structured flows. SUI to a lesser extent. XRP tends to overshoot. So according to according to ChatGPT, my playbook, number one rank, SUI, why it tops the list, combo of the largest institutional inflow plus deepest negative funding equals squeeze fuel, exchange balances falling, small cap means moves amplify. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, XRP, ETF narrative, negative funding needs 63-year claim. Okay. Number three, BNB. Number four, SOL. Number five, AVAX. And it's putting number 6 with ETH because it's overbought and ETF outflows. There are a lot of outflows with ETF or ETH right now. And risk reward poor for fresh longs this weekend. So very short term, and even says, as always, not investment advice. So even ChatGPT says that. So if it was ranking in terms of trades and holds for this weekend, that's how it would rank it. SUI, XRP, BNB, SOL, AVAX, and ETH. It ranks ETH 6. So for fun, let's see how accurate this is. Okay? So that's it for this video. Just something fun and new, right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We could talk more about this tomorrow during my Friday stream, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Otherwise, have a good night and take care. All right. Bye-bye.